So the new Super Mario Bros. Movie came out this weekend and it absolutely smashed, no pun intended, everything else in the box office. And that includes everything that came prior. Frozen 2 record, gone, out the window, goodbye Frozen 2. Nintendo is now in a weird position where they have the ability to pretty much dominate the film industry. Let me explain. A couple things happened this past weekend, which were kind of an anomaly. The first thing that happened was critics absolutely bombed anything that had to do with the new Mario movie, but the audience score is extremely high. And I think I know why that is. Let me start off by saying I seen the movie this past weekend. I took my family, me and my kids absolutely loved it. My kids were laughing at all the jokes. I was laughing and cheering on all the nostalgia. It was a feel-good movie. I felt good. Walking out of this movie, I was wanting more, and I was excited for what the future holds for other Nintendo properties. There was nothing that linked to current events. It was just a Mario movie. There was no deeper meaning. It was, again, just a Super Mario movie. I went through the reviews, and some of them go on to talk about how anytime there was a plot hole, Mario would put on a power suit and then they would say whatever that meant. Excuse me? It's Mario. Mario has power suits. And then they went on to say, well, if I need to do research to understand the context of the film, then it's not a good movie or it wasn't written well. How don't you know Mario? That's insane. Have you been living under a rock for the past 35, 40 years? But the movie was beautiful. It was colorful and vibrant, had everything that I was expecting from the Nintendo property as a fan of the franchise. There was a ton of Easter eggs. I mean, honestly, some people would say there was maybe too many, but I was all for it, and it actually calls for maybe even a second or third viewing just to catch them all. There's well over 100 Easter eggs in this movie. The other thing that I love is how the characters were handled. They were handled with care and respect towards the source material. Like, the characters weren't peeing on themselves as a gag or farting or doing anything that was silly. The comedy was very clean comedy, fun comedy that adults would even maybe giggle at. It wasn't silly like that. I remember watching the Sonic movie, in the first one, Sonic farted, and it was so lame, and I felt like it was so disrespectful to the character. It just didn't work. The joke was not there. It did not, for me at least, it didn't work. None of that is in this movie. There is no random humor for the sake of it just being humor. The movie just works. And surprisingly, even though the plot wasn't that thick and rich with new stuff, we still had a look at Mario's family, his situation with his father. It dived in just enough for me to actually care about what's happening and why Mario is so motivated to save the Mushroom Kingdom. Honestly, I didn't even think that was needed, but it was there, and I was for it. I went into this movie with a bag of popcorn, sitting down, relaxing, and just enjoying what the visual experience was going to bring. It's a Super Mario movie. I don't know. When I go back and I look at what the reviewers are doing, I truly don't understand what the issue is. And I feel like maybe I'm part of the problem. Why did I enjoy this movie so much? But then I look at the audience score, and other people are enjoying it too. Hell, the theater that I was in, the crowd that I was with, they were cheering and clapping and laughing at all the right moments. It works. The movie worked. Now fast forward to the box office results, and it was massive. The movie beat Frozen 2 globally. It beat Nintendo, beat a Disney property. I want everybody to sit back and let that sink in. That's insane. And it's insane because if you go back and think about the treasure trove of characters that are under the Nintendo banner, every one of those movies now have the possibility of striking gold at the box office. So anyways, those are my quick thoughts and my views on everything that's going on with this new Mario movie. I absolutely loved it. Did you guys get a chance to see it? If you did, sound off below and let's talk about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.